Welcome back everyone to another episode of Vegetarian Cooking with JJ. This week's episode is going to be focused on mindfulness in the kitchen and mindfulness around food and how it affects our bodies so that we can develop a more mindful connection and have a meditative experience in how we prepare our food. This week's recipe is inspired by Doug McNish's recipe book, Eat Raw, Eat Well, and I'm going to be preparing the Raw Vegan Zucchini Lasagna, which is bursting with flavor and nutrients. I made a couple of minor adjustments, but if you're looking to improve your overall health and be more mindful about what you're putting in your body, I highly recommend checking out this book. Food is a living medicine, and what you put in your body will determine how you're feeling and your overall health. So if you're incorporating more raw vegan foods in your diet, you will notice a drastic improvement in health and how you're feeling. And not only that, you're absorbing more nutrients, generally speaking. So now we're going to make our way over to the kitchen and have a beautiful, mindful experience. I'm just gonna juice 1 lemon. We're starting off with our cashew red pepper dill ricotta, and I'll microplane 3 cloves of garlic. I'm just gonna chop some fresh dill here, and we're gonna need 2 tablespoons. I have 1 red bell pepper. I'm just going to chop it up to make it more manageable. And be sure to remove the seeds and the membrane. Now on to our food processor. I have soaked our cashews for 1 hour. And we're just popping them in here. Relieving some of the water since this is not the most powerful blender. And I'm adding our fresh dill, our microplaned garlic, add in our red pepper, our 1/4 cup of lemon juice, 1 tablespoon of nutritional yeast, our herbaceous salt, and I'll add a teaspoon of our Italian seasoning. I'll add some fresh ground pepper. Now it's time to blend it, so we'll just pop this on. So here our vegan ricotta is done, and now we're going to move on to the next component. Okay, so we're going to get some more lemon juice. And I'm just going to microplane 3 more cloves of garlic. Here are our 2 cups of spinach I'm going to be using. I packed them into this cup so that it was completely full. I'm using a 1/4 cup of walnuts. And I'm going to use a 1/4 cup of basil. I'll just pop in the spinach. I'll add the basil and the microplaned garlic. We'll add in our walnuts and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'll add the herbaceous salt. It is herb mare in case you're wondering. And I'll grind some black pepper in. Now it's time to blend it all up. Oftentimes people are mindlessly consuming food without thinking about where it came from. They just grab the quick, easy, fast food option. But stop and think about this. Does the food that I consume on a regular basis represent peace? If it does, then you are welcoming peace in your body and you're welcoming peace in your life. Secondly, think about this. Would I be willing to source the food directly from start to finish? If the answer is no, why put it in your body? Maintaining a whole foods, plant-based lifestyle, you will reduce the inflammation in your body significantly and drastically decrease your chances of developing cardiovascular disease, cancer, and other major ailments. Not only this, but you'll increase your life expectancy for up to 12 years. And consider this. Einstein said everything is energy. So why not put more positive energy in your body by way of food? You will have more vitality to start with. Now on to the third component. We're going to get a 1/4 cup of sun-dried tomatoes, a heaping 1/4 cup. I'm going to want some tomatoes chopped up for the marinara portion, and I'm going to want an entire cup. You don't have to chop your tomatoes up small or anything since they'll be blended up anyway, but consider the power of your machine, and also if you want to add to the mindful experience. We're also going to be using some red pepper in this, so we'll add a 1/2 cup. For this component, I'm also adding 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. I'll also be using some basil in this component of the dish. I'm also going to be using some oregano from Greece. We'll just pop in our tomatoes into the food processor, our red bell pepper, our sun-dried tomatoes, our basil, 1 teaspoon of our Greek mountain oregano, our herbaceous salt, a fresh grinding of black pepper, and our lemon juice. Now we're going to blend up our beautiful marinara. Now we're on to creating our zucchini slices. I'm using a beautiful peeler that I got at a trade show. Now I'm going to coat our zucchini slices with some olive oil. Add our herbaceous salt, some black pepper, and we'll massage it gently. This makes the zucchini more delicate on the palate. And if they were thicker slices, you would want them to soak up the oil a little bit longer. And in that case, it's also useful to put the zucchini slices over a colander. Now it's time for the assembly part. So first we'll lay down our strips of zucchini on the bottom. I'm using a medium-sized dish. Next we're going to add our vegan ricotta. Try to spread it evenly. Now on to our pesto. I'm just gonna add a few dollops here and there and connect them. Next, our marinara, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Now we're adding our zucchini in the opposite direction. You can always trim any extra edges off if they don't quite fit in the dish. And we'll just repeat the process, starting with our vegan ricotta again. Now we have our final layer of zucchini on top, and once we're ready to plate it, we're going to ever so mindfully top it with the sauce, and you'll see what I mean. Here's our basil chiffonade for the finishing touch. So now we're going to see how this plating works. I couldn't fit it in this episode, but in next week's episode, I'm going to be sharing this particular dish with a bunch of non-vegan friends on our friend's yacht. So that's next Monday's episode. So write it down in your calendars or your digital calendars. You don't want to miss it. Okay, so we got this one fat side and one skinny side. Oopsie. It's all good. Now I'm just going to top it with our vegan parmesan from Farm Boy. I'm just going to top it with some chilies. These are completely optional, of course. It's that time again. I get to try it. So if you've tried this recipe and you did it mindfully, feel free to leave me a comment down below. Let me know how the experience was for you and how your day off was. So here we go. I'm very excited. I am thankful for all the flavors, all the nutrients, all the farms where the food came from. Thankful for the health and nutrition that I'm gaining from this meal. Delicious. If you've enjoyed this video in any way, shape, or form, remember to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share this video with your family and your friends. Drop me a line down below. Let me know how your experience was. I'm always interested in hearing from you. And of course, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask. There might be someone out there who has the same question, but it's too shy. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and in yours. Bon appetit. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting.